Welcome back to Mexico News Network's Daily News, broadcasting from El Dorado Dallas Spa Resort by Carisma. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for more information, and visit, of course, our website www.mexiconewsnetwork.com. And now, let's continue with information. And representatives from the three North American countries have agreed to increase coordination and cooperation in order to protect bat species by signing a letter of intent with the purpose of encouraging conservation, monitoring bat populations, and developing programs to protect migratory species, a historic agreement between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Migrating species of North American bats have faced loss of migration habitats, disease, and death from the wind turbines. Moreover, some species of this flying mammal are considered threatened or endangered. In an attempt to turn to the situation around Canada, the United States, and Mexico will be working together, eliminating borders in this regard. Leona Aglukat, Federal Environment Minister of Canada, stated that wildlife sees no passports and wildlife sees no borders. So how they deal with species at risk has to be thinking outside the box. The letter of intent related to efforts to promote conservation of bats in the United Mexican States, the United States of America, and Canada was signed as part of the annual meeting of the Trilateral Committee for Wildlife and Ecosystem Conservation and Management, and states the conjoint efforts to protect and conserve these animals. And in other news, wastewater turned into clean water for human consumption? A piece of technology developed by a group of Mexican engineers made have possible with a new system that cleans and purifies waste and seawater in just 2.5 minutes. Engineers from Joe's Black Corporate developed the technology and techniques, which they named the PQUA system, to successfully separate pollutants and water at a molecular level and recover mineral salts needed for the human body to function. This process doesn't release any gases, odor, or toxic elements that may harm the environment. The PQUA system dissociates pollutants from water on a molecular level or uses gravity and speed to save energy during the process. The wastewater goes through several stages to obtain drinkable water. The team has performed over 50 tests on different types of wastewater, and all have been certified and authorized by the laboratories of the Mexican Accreditation Agency. This project may be a solution to populations living in severe drought conditions with little or no access to clean drinking water. Coral colonies have many enemies, natural and otherwise, which is why a group of experts decided to create nurseries. The project was implemented by the National Marine Park of Cancun and consists of cutting sections of coral growth from their natural reefs and moving them to vertically positioned PVC tubes. This keeps the coral safe from predators and prevents it from dying buried in the sand if it detaches. They are located in a safe location known only to the park wardens, with shallow, clear water that lets the sunlight essential to the coral's development reach the colony. The goal of the project is to restore reefs in the Mexican Caribbean and to increase fish and invertebrate population, which find refuge among the coral reefs. Currently, only the 4% of the reef surface is part of the Cancun and Isla Mujeres National Marine Park. From that total, only 10% is healthy coral, due to the fact that residual waters have to encountering excess algae growth in the coral's base. For this reason, local authorities have implemented solutions such as the nursery and the underwater art museum known as MUSA of the coast of the Cancun, which has helped reduce the volume of visitors to naturally originated reefs. Now I will tell you something about the mola mola, also known as the ocean sunfish. This is the largest bony fish in the world and a species that inhabits every ocean on the planet. It is undoubtedly one of the strangest looking fish there is. Its general shape is rounded and somewhat flat, and it has a tough skin with no scales that often gets covered with parasites. But why are they called sunfish? Well, These large animals can measure up to 10 feet and enjoy spending at least half of their days lying on the water surface to heat up, only to then submerge on the depths. These fish can be found in tropical and temperate waters around the world, including, of course, off the coast of Mexico. Scientists have also spotted these creatures near the island of Cozumel, the coasts of Oaxaca and Chiapas, as well as surrounding the Baja California Peninsula. Fortunately, their population is quite stable and it's not commonly hunted for human consumption, as its flesh may contain toxins, although in some places it is considered as a delicacy. It is a clumsy swimmer and is harmless to people and can be quite curious around those who visit their habitats. And do not go anywhere, we will be right back with more information on Mexico and the Riviera Maya after these brief messages. Stay with us.